It's a funny thing as you get older. There are certain things that become really important to you, and there's certain things that aren't. Um, it's just something that happens over time. Things people say and do that don't mean anything, and certain things that later on make you almost want to cry. Someone asked about what will happen after this case, the one of Trump's case he's facing right now. Um, and I like to go on like right wing conservative Reddits, and I'll post stuff that they don't want to talk about. And I said I expect violence. I expect bomb threats, and because what happens in the case is really irrelevant. That's the point I want to make. I just one day I just got up in the morning and realized that the fact that you have a guy who is actually talking about opening up camps, a man that said he put the election over the pandemic, a man who has spoken to white supremacists directly and told them to stand back or stand by. That's a communication. Obama had a minister that said some things, and Obama pushed him out the way. And the lesson of that is we as black people are always trying to make ourselves look legitimate for white people. And Trump shows you it really doesn't matter because they don't do that. That's the real lesson of Trump, is that black people, we always got to push away the people that, it's a thug. We gotta always push out the people who make us into a stereotype. White folks don't always do that. You have a man that has over and over, he ate dinner with Nick Fuentes, an out and out Nazi. It just, the fact that these people he's able to run, and that these kind of people are giving him a pass to run. It says a lot about this country. I said, one day just wake up in the morning and you think about that regardless of how the election goes, they're still going to be here. I look at Trump as being a continuation of Sarah Palin. Go back and watch her rallies. Just the unbridled hate and anger and uneducated rage and just anti-intellectualism coming out of her mouth. That's Trump. I think that every time you have real world consequence against Donald Trump, you get down bomb threats. I remember when the impeachment of Trump happened after January 6th. Just before or after. I remember when it happened, there were a lot of bomb threats in Charlotte. And I know that people want to ignore these things and glaze over them and forget them. But the reality of it is, this is the world I live in. And those kind of things can make my life more dangerous. It just gets me how someone could have children in this world and know that every time Trump does something, that these people, these apes, these animals are running around out here planting bombs and stuff. And that all it takes is one time. And that what kind of person would want to live in a world where no matter what you do, your kids could get hurt? And that the longer Trump is in office, the longer this kind of mess goes on. Violence. I mean, you had a bombing in Nashville. No one even talks about this. That's what scares me the most, is how normalized this has all begun. You had a man detonate a bomb in Nashville, downtown, and the Fed said that was the first time they ever saw a fuel air bomb in American terrorism, and no one said anything about that. The shooting in Buffalo, killing 10 elderly black people at a supermarket. The guy wrote, and Tucker Carlson talking about how we don't know this. The man wrote "nigger" on his rifle. The man wrote, "Here's your reparations" on the rifle. Do I have to explain to you what that means? How did I figure that out and learn all that before I even left work that day? And he's in a Fox News studio and he can't figure that out. What that is. This is of a racist mind. I feel like Trump going to prison, Trump passing, I feel like it'll be the end of the GOP. As I say, Trump is he's the babysitter that gave candy to the kids and let them eat ice cream and stay up late. He gave them everything they wanted. He hated the people they hate. Or maybe he didn't hate them then, he hates them now because he's facing consequences. So I don't really believe Trump was though like anti-gay abortion. I don't really think that was. I think that's just revenge, and your enemy is my enemy. You know, I think that, as I said, I think that Trump, in a way, his politics have changed because it had to become further right because he's put himself that way. He can't talk to most of the country without communists and using these buzzwords. He can't. As I said, if you have children, if you have family, and you worry when you hear about the MAGA bomber, or you worry the Tree of Life shooter, you worry about these shootings, and it's like the longer he's in office, the longer this will go on. Why would you want it to? I get it, the crime out here, I get it, this feeling that Trump's, back in the blue and all that. I get it. But why would you want to put your kids in an environment where there's bombings every day and there's shootings all the time and there's all this white boys getting in U-Hauls and going to gay pride rallies with riot gear? Why would you want to, it's not happening under Joe Biden. It's not happening out here. Why would you want to participate in that kind of a society? I don't get it. Because I heard this years ago while a white man, he said, it's something called zombie ideas. And he's talking about like businesses and stuff. What it means is these businesses lose money. That in a normal society, like these things would not work. But because society's not right, or like it's like drug money behind it or money laundering, like it's kind of like front business. Like businesses, they'll lose money, but the front, because it's making money in the back. So you're like, how are they able to continue to losing money? It isn't about the front. The racket could make more than the front. That's how it works. That's, to me, that's what Trump is. It's a zombie idea. It's just making America going back to oil, coal mining, and Germany is talking about they're going to finish coal mining by the end of the decade. What are we talking about here? What the hell are you guys talking about? The world will leave you behind. No one's going this way. And, it's just disappointing to me that people, I guess they see this stuff. They don't look at the consequences of it. And Trump, he should be prosecuted. This isn't to get in the way. He should face consequences. He played this game. He played this Law and Order. So he should. I just acknowledge that no matter what happens, we are not safe. And society will continue to be more unstable as long as Trump is in the spotlight.